I am just sad. And I often feel like I don't deserve or have the right to be sad because it could be much worse. But my friend, who is much wiser than me, says that just because it could be much worse doesn't mean that it can't be much better as well. And I think that's important to keep in mind for perspective. I have like this fiery brand of hatred that I reserve only for myself, and I don't give it to anyone else, but only for myself. Like I look in the mirror and tell myself how much I hate so many aspects about myself. I hate my skinny ass arms. I hate that my hair will never ever do what I want it to do. I hate that I have dark skin, which I really kind of like most of the days. This is gonna be like a diary entry because I like having these videos here too, and I like looking back on it sometimes. My mental health is very easily defined. It's always been highs and lows. My highs are really beautiful. I love them. They're very colorful and everything feels so much. I feel so much. Like I feel the whole spectrum of the rainbow, and I feel so happy, and I feel like I could accomplish anything that I ever want during a high. And during a low, which is right now, I don't feel like waking up in the morning anymore. It's like I'm existing on a completely different frequency than everybody else. It's like, I think I've said this before or written it before, but it feels like someone just took the volume dial of sound in my life and sort of just turn it down so that everything feels like it's background noise, and nothing touches me anymore, and it affects the art that I make, and which makes me feel bad, and which in turn affects the mental health even worse. It feels like everybody's existing over here and I am just here, and I want to be here, but I can't reach, and it feels like I'm constantly trying to jump and reach there, but I can't, and it just it's not good. Everyone else is living a life full of color and saturation. I don't have it anymore. This thing that you have inside you that I have, that makes me feel like creating art, that I must be creative, and it's like this thing that like keeps the engine running, and makes me feel like I have to create art, and it makes me feel productive, and it makes me do things. This thing that you have inside of yourself that sort of keeps everything running, and it also kind of makes me feel like if I don't make stuff, someone's gonna come and like chop off my head, which is a bit extreme, but then those are the highs. But during a low, it feels like this thing that I have inside of myself, this wonderful, colorful thing, is just gone. It's just gone. I don't like anything that I make anymore, and I feel like everything I make is shit, and my art is shit. And objectively, it's not. If you look at the art that I used to make before and the art that I make now, it's very clearly progress. But to me, it feels like it's not enough, and it will never be enough, and I hate everything that I make. Everything feels so heavy and hard to do and accomplish, and nothing touches me anymore. Like usually if I watch a movie or someone tells me a joke or I listen to a song, it touches me, and it reaches me. But right now it feels like everything is just coming and sort of just, this is me, and there's like this layer of, like, when you're underwater and you hear stuff, but it's sort of muted and garbled and it doesn't sound like it's supposed to anymore. And so things just come and they sort of lose their brightness by the time they reach me. And it sucks because it just feels like nothing is as bright as it should be, and like it's never going to be that bright again, which is wrong because objectively I know that it will be again, and I know that this is just a low, and there'll be a high and there'll be a low again. I was just looking out my window yesterday and I was looking at the street, and I was just wishing and hoping that I could just catch a bus and go somewhere, anywhere, and like meet somebody. I kind of feel untethered, like I'm just going to float away. There's nothing grounding me, on this planet anymore during a low. It just feels like I want some sort of weight to come and just sort of ground me, which I get usually through like human interaction, and I can't do that anymore. So it just sort of sucks a bit more, and I kind of feel like I'm living through the same time loop every day. I'm just living the same time every day, and I'm not going forward or backward, and I kind of just want to go backward, back to when I had a high and it felt nice and good and colorful. Even during a high, I sometimes spend time thinking about how, since this is a high, there's going to be a low after this, and that'll suck, and how much I want to cherish the time I have during a high. A low can last anywhere between like a week or a month or days or hours, and this has been a couple of weeks now, so I'm just hoping that it goes away soon. And it is much better today than it was like 2 days ago. During a low, I sleep for like 13 hours a day. I wake up, I do my chores because they're responsibilities that I have and I can't just let them go. And so I do that, and then I just go back to sleep. And I get up and help make dinner, and then I go back to sleep. And it sucks because I measure my self-worth directly with the amount of productivity that I do, like the amount of stuff that I make. I directly measure my self-worth with that, which is not good. You shouldn't do that. But and during a low, since I can't make stuff that often and I can't make it that well anymore, it directly feeds into my falling sense of self-worth, which just makes everything worse. It's like a horrible cycle that I get stuck in. It's been going on for the past like 5 years now, I think, where it's always just highs and lows, and there isn't really a middle ground. I don't have that middle ground where you're just like, I'm not very happy, I'm not very sad. I don't have that, and I don't really have a reason to be sad. I just feel empty and numb, and I hate waking up feeling like this. Like I have no purpose and no want to do anything ever again. I don't want this to sound very negative. I want to end this on like a happier note. You really should be kinder to yourself. I should definitely be kinder to myself and not like try to push myself into trying to make things when my brain is just, it's not here. It's not experiencing stuff in as much color and sound and light as it should. It's just gone for a while. Be kinder to yourself, because it really does help. You kind of break the loop of self-hatred that I'm constantly involved in. Just like simple things. Don't try to accomplish, don't make your to-do lists have like 500 things on them like I do. It's just not feasible to do. I know there's probably like some sort of hormonal imbalance causing everything that I'm going through. I don't want to use terms like depression or whatever because I've never been to a therapist and I don't know what's really wrong with me. Be kinder to yourself, okay? I'm gonna go now. That's all.